All right, and welcome back to Ben Hines Field. We are in Game 2 of this doubleheader. The series is tied 1-1. Final score of Game 1 of this doubleheader was 3-1 in favor of the Bulldogs. I'm Kevon Churchill here with Nate Rodriguez, and we're bringing you Game 2 of action. Got a little bit of a late start. Got a runner on first. That fly out to center will be the second out. So we've got Nakashima on first for the Bulldogs. That'll bring up Max Clark. So 2 outs. Clark to the plate. That 0-0 is high. Count is 1-0. Ethan Galindo on the mound for the Leopards. Very strong performance his last time out.
Yeah, came out of relief for Cole Monson, who couldn't get an out in the first inning of the game he started. Galindo came on and threw 7 1/3 innings, allowing just 1 run. Allowed a couple of base runners on base when he exited in the 8th inning that came around to score, but still a tremendous outing the last time around.
Yep, count is 3-0. So a bit of a rougher start to this game for Galindo. That 3-0 low, and that's going to be ball 4. So runners on first and second for the Bulldogs. And that'll bring up Mahorado. The 0-0, just a tad low for a ball. Count is 1-0.
Last game we saw Jerry Terry on the mound for the Leopards, working extremely quick, opposite the Redlands starter who worked quick too, Nathan Buchan. We can expect more out of Galindo to work at Buchan's pace, trying to deliver a pitch really like once every 10 seconds.
Yeah, great point. Works with a really quick pace. Count is 2-0. Struggling to find the zone a little bit to start this game. At 2-0, bit of a check swing gets part of the bat, so the count is 2-1.
Yeah, Matt Hirado kind of wanted it, kind of didn't. You could see there from the check swing going at it with a little bit of intent in the 2-0 count, but that pitch probably just a little bit too high for what he really wanted.
So the count is 2-1. That pitch, a nice slider, finds the outer third of the zone, evens the count at 2. Lindo looks over to Chase at second base, hops up on the mound. The 2-2 from Galindo, swung on and missed. Strike 3 ends the inning. So the Bulldogs threatening getting a couple runners on, able to get any across though. So that'll bring up Anthony Salcedo, Benny Vogel, and Noah Garcia for the Leopards. Batting in the cleanup spot is Logan Reese, if anyone can get on base. Bulldogs, no runs on 1 hit, no errors.
Yeah, we saw last game the Leopards really kind of struggled to get things going offensively. Took too long to really start getting aggressive with pitches thrown over the plate. It's imperative for them to come out swinging early in the counts this game.
Definitely great point. That was the big key to the last game, was just a lack of offense being produced by the Leopards. Jerry Terry pitched a beautiful game, giving up 3 runs, one of those unearned. We mentioned a couple P&Ms in that first game that really put the Leopards in a hole, and they were threatening though. In that bottom of the 9th, were able to get a run across and had runners on second and third for Luke Garcia, who just couldn't catch up to that slider, swung over the top of it to end the game.
Yeah, that was kind of the theme though overall in game 1 for the Leopards. Able to get runners on base 7 out of the 9 innings, but still only able to scratch 1 run across, and that wasn't until the bottom of the 9th, like you said, Kevon. So again, back to just being more aggressive within your game plan from at-bat to at-bat and trying to jump on the starter's stuff early on.
Leopards doing a little bit of a flip-flop in the lineup. Salcedo moving up to the 1 hole. Garcia going down to the 9. Vogel starting this game after coming in relief in game 1 of this doubleheader.
Yeah, and the Redlands Bulldogs going with the first-year righty on the mound, Sean McCants.
So Salcedo going to step into the box, 0 for 3 in game 1. McCants moving with a quick pace, getting that first pitch off for a strike, 0-1 the count.
Yeah, McCants, the first-year righty, only his second game started, just 3 1/3 innings logged so far this year, but an ERA above 5.
That second pitch misses outside, the count 1-1. The 1-1 from McCants looked like it almost grazed Salcedo. He's saying it got him, but Blue's not going to have any of it. The count is 2-1.
That's what you want to do as a hitter, though, is make sure you're selling it as soon as the pitch is thrown, as soon as it gets by you. Oh, ducked out of the way.
And it sounded like it hit something. I don't know.
Probably I think it got a piece of the catcher's mitt, and then after that.
Yeah. So the count 3-1. Wow. McCants just losing control a little bit on the mound. 4 balls, and none of them were even close to the zone. So the Leopards get a runner on first on the walk by Salcedo.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of nerves, I guess, coming out and trying to throw hard to the first hitter of the game. But McCants, a first-year righty, if he can't control his emotions and his, composure early on, then the Leopards are going to have a fun day at the plate.
Salcedo, great lead off of first, slides into second. The throw is in time, however, a perfect throw over to the shortstop who is covering second. Salcedo, who is second in the SCIAC in stolen bases, gets thrown out on that one.
Yeah, that's a rare sighting. Won't see many of those this season, and Saito, really, that was just all kudos to him. That pitch was nowhere near the plate. Saito had to go and reach with an extended glove hand away from his body to catch it, still bring it back, and throw a strike down to second base, and he just put it right there on the bag perfectly.
Yeah, really impressive throw. The count is 1-1 to Vogel. Takes that one low. Goes ahead in the count 2-1.
Vogel was a player to watch for the Leopards coming into today, one of the team leaders in batting average coming into today. Hitting really well. 395.
That 2-1 slider creeps into the zone, evening the count at 2. Yeah, Vogel didn't do anything offensively in game 1, wasn't out in the field, but did come in, got 3 outs as a relief, and he smacks that one into left field down the line. The third baseman threw the glove up trying to knock it down. Kind of a savvy play at third. I don't know if I've really ever seen that in a game. That's more something you do in practice, but
might as well. Why not, right? I'm pretty sure if you knock the ball down after throwing your glove at it, that it's a dead ball after that and ruled a base hit. But still, kind of funny to see Max Clark try to do that in a game.
Yeah,
it was a little bit savvy, like you said. I think that's a proper word to describe it.
Yeah, because that one could have creeped down the line, could have been a double. That'll bring up Noah Garcia. Garcia struggled a bit in game 1 of this doubleheader, 0 for 4. Came into this game leading the SCIAC in batting average, looking to get back on track. That one fouled down the line, eerily similar to a play that had big ramifications for the Leopards. Garcia, the Luke variety, before he struck out, grounded one down the third base line that looked like it was fair, but got called back foul that took a run away from the Leopards.
Yeah, looking at Garcia's stats this year, last game was only the second this season where he didn't record a hit. Had one in Georgia against Lynchburg where he went 0 for 3. Game 1 against Redlands, 0 for 4. The second game this season, he's gone hitless.
That pitch finds the zone. The count 1-2. Garcia chops that one to second. Vogel flying over there, so the only play is at first in time. So Vogel will move over to second on the ground out by Garcia, and that'll bring up Logan Reese, who made just a spectacular play in right field the last game. As you can still see the dirt on his jersey, made a great diving catch on the warning track in right field.
Yeah, came away from it a little bit banged up, saw him between both games, trying to make sure he rests his body up, but providing an essential bat in the middle of the Leopards lineup.
Vogel, a great read on the ball in dirt. That's something we've talked a lot about this season, is how well the Leopards see it coming out of the hand, and Vogel moves over to third. So Reese, as long as he can, just get any type of hit, should be a run scored for the Leopards.
Yeah, the Leopards fare really well when they're able to score first. Redlands scored first and really didn't look back last game, holding that 3-0 lead till the 9th. So it's pretty important for the Leopards to jump on the board early.
That pitch misses low. Count 2-0, scooped out by the catcher.
McCants, those 3 1/3 innings of work coming into today, had allowed just 2 earned runs.
That slider catches the outer third. Count is 2-1. McCants to Reese. The 2-1 delivery. Another nice off-speed pitch finds the zone, evening the count at 2.
Yeah, and if McCants can really locate that off-speed pitch throughout this game, the Leopards are going to have a tough time staying true to a plan.
That fastball tipped foul by Reese, who stays alive.
McCants from Irvine, California, graduated from Woodbridge High School in the same class as Nate Perry, who's starting behind the plate for the Leopards.
And another hit by pitch by McCants. That one catches Reese on the elbow. Guarded by that Evo shield, so he should be okay. And that'll put runners at the corners for the Leopards with Cameron Slesser coming up to the plate.
Yeah, good at bat by Reese not to get out of the way of that pitch. The Leopards preach making sure you wear pitches and standing your ground in the box. That'll reap some good karma for Reese.
So Slesser coming up to the plate with 2 outs, and another pitch going wayward for McCants, who is having trouble finding the zone.
Yeah, just can't get on top of that breaking ball. Had dropped a nice one into Reese while he was at the plate, but those back-to-back pitches just not getting on top of the seams.
So the count is 1-0. That one finds zone. Slesser chops it over to short, throw over to first in time. And that'll end the inning for the Leopards. So they get runners on the corners, but another time where they get a runner on third and just can't bring him home. Saw that a lot in the opening game of this doubleheader. You're watching Laverne Community Television.
Hi, I'm Terry Bradshaw. Like many of you, the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge back in the summer of 2014. It was cold and it was a lot of fun. But there's nothing fun about ALS. It robs a person of their ability to walk, to talk, and to eventually breathe. It's also fatal, usually within a few years. And it's emotionally and financially devastating to thousands of families across America. It's truly a brutal and nasty disease. But we're making progress thanks to many of you. Since the Ice Bucket Challenge, we've seen new ALS genes discovered, new technology developed that helps people with ALS, and new potential treatments in the pipeline. We still have a lot of work to do. I'm no scientist, but I can tell you this: if we can cure ALS, we can cure anything. Please join me in the fight against ALS.
And welcome back. Top half of the second. The score is 0-0. Both teams able to get a hit on the board, but unable to get any runs across. That'll bring up Jake Burgess.
Yeah, talked about Burgess in the first game. Really kind of steps in the bucket. Gave that ball a good ride out to right center where Reese made that spectacular catch, but I think Galindo's going to expose that step in the bucket.
Yeah, the nice off speed from Galindo puts him way ahead. The count 0-2. Galindo with the 0-2. Another nice slider, just misses off the outer third of the plate. Good lead by Burgess.
Yeah, and that's really Galindo's bread and butter, that backdoor cutter or breaking ball, whatever you really want to call it.
That pitch high and outside, the count 2-2. The 2-2 from Galindo. That one catches the corner, strike 3. So a couple early strikeouts for Galindo. Ended the inning with a strikeout, starts the inning off with a strikeout in this one. That'll bring up Ian Umschmed. That 0-0 from Galindo, low. Misses, the count 1-0. The 1-0 from Galindo. Missing again. 2-0 the count.
Umshed, the lone left-handed hitter in the Redlands lineup here in Game 2.
That pitch missing again inside. 3-0 the count. Umshed went 0 for 4 with a strikeout in Game 1 of this doubleheader.
Yeah, it's going to be important for Galindo to keep pounding the strike zone, throwing strikes, not allowing free passes. There's no defense against walks like that.
Yep, we've seen a couple of ABs early so far where Galindo's fallen way behind and just hasn't been able to battle back. Watch Clark in that top half of the first in 5 pitches.
Looked like Umshed might have tweaked an ankle or something over at first base.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that on a walk before. He must have been moving down the line a little bit. That'll bring up Kyle Saito. Galindo with the delivery. That one chopped over to third. Salcedo. And the double play by the Leopards. A great play to end the inning. So the Dogs able to get a runner on board with the walk, but Saito grounds into the double play to end the top half of 2. Score still 0-0. Both teams got a hit and no errors.
Yeah, and you see the replay there. A high chopper. Good job by Aiden Salcedo to charge it, seeing the ball hit off of that dirt in front of home plate, knowing your first move's got to be in to go get it. A nice turn by Chase Sifford over at second base, and Garcia almost as good as it gets over there at first, finishing off the play.
Yeah, really nice play by Salcedo, as you said, to charge. We saw in Game 1 of this doubleheader, the Leopards get kind of caught up on those in-betweeners.
Yeah, Chase Sifford got ate up by a couple of them. Anthony Salcedo, Aiden's older brother, stuck with one to make a play, but the infield dirt a little bit unforgiving today, and if you're not on your toes charging the ball, then ground ball is likely to make you pay for it.
So McCants taking the mound still in the bottom half of the second. It's been a little off with this command. You've seen a handful of pitches in the batter's boxes against these Leopards. Had a walk to Salcedo and a hit by pitch on Reese. That'll bring up Chase Sifford. Was batting second in Game 1. Moves down a couple spots to the 5 hole. 6 hole.
Saw him get pulled out of last game after trying to drop a bunt down and then striking out swinging. Thought maybe it was because of the quad, but looks like he's feeling okay.
Takes that one on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 from McCants. Drops in just a tad bit low. Count even at 1. The 1-1. Another pitch that catches the inner part of the zone. McCants, even though he struggled with his location, has been finding that inner corner pretty well. Count is 1-2. Siffert puts a sting on that one. Tough play for the center fielder, who comes in and catches it on the run to put Siffert out for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I was mentioning last game, DeVries, the Redlands center fielder, went to high school with the hitter at the plate now, Nate Perry, Woodbridge High School out in Irvine, and Perry had nothing but high praise for the way DeVries plays center field. Ball 1 to Perry, but Perry said DeVries, well, covers as much ground as anybody, and he's really just great defensively. So a couple of former high school teammates, a lot of respect for each other.
That one misses inside. Count is 2-0. Perry in the last game reached base twice, went 1 for 3, had a triple, got left stranded that inning, however.
And to tie that Woodbridge connection all together again, McCants on the mound also graduated in the same class as Perry.
Wow. So that school is represented in the Sky Act. The count is 3-0 to Perry. That one going to miss inside as well. So another walk for the Leopards, their second of the game. That'll bring up Aiden Salcedo.
Yeah, that's the third free pass allowed by McCants if you're including the hit by pitch to Reese. So if the Leopards can manage to take advantage of the free passes, then they should run up the score.
That 0-0 misses outside, the count 1-0. Salcedo came in to pinch hit in that bottom of the ninth where the Leopards threatened to even the score. He skied out to center for a sac fly that brought Slesser home to score. That one going to miss inside, 2-0 the count.
That was really a great at-bat, though, in the bottom of the ninth. Salcedo fouling pitch after pitch off with 2 strikes, even dealing with a pitching change in the middle of the at-bat with the 2-ball, 2-strike count. And now he's going to get iced again a little bit here with the trip out to the mound.
Now we kind of see the frustration from the Bulldogs coaching staff kind of shaking his head a little bit. You don't want to have to go into the pen this early. I mean, we saw work for the Leopards last weekend bringing Galindo in, but that's really not what you want to have to resort to.
Yeah, and the Leopards got real lucky with that performance out of Galindo last week. It certainly looked like it was going to be a long day with Monson not able to get anybody out in the first 3 batters of his outing against the Occidental Tigers, but Galindo coming to the rescue in his 7 1/3 of relief, likely earning him the start here in Game 2.
So Salcedo stepped back into the box, up 2-0 on McCants. McCants looking to compose himself, delivers the 2-0 and nails Salcedo in the back.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of a thud. Not sure if it might have got an elbow guard or straight in the back. Salcedo, a strong, stocky infielder, wore it, giving a hard 90 down to first. Grimaced a little bit, but a couple runners on for the Leopards.
That'll bring up Luke Garcia. As we mentioned, was the leadoff last game and the second leadoff spot now in the 9-hole for this game. Runners on first and second and 1 out. The delivery from McCants misses inside. The count 1-0.
We've talked before about the 9-hole, too, being just that second leadoff hitter for these Leopards. The 9-hole often getting a lot of opportunities just like this to drive in runs or try to create some.
Garcia leaves that pitch low, so the Leopards doing a great job of jumping ahead in the count to start the game. 2-0 is the count to Garcia, who went 1 for 5 in Game 1 of the doubleheader with a couple strikeouts. That one nails Garcia, so 3 hit batters to go along with 2 walks, and the crowd is not having it at the moment for the Leopards. Upset to see their players getting nailed like this.
Head coach Aaron Hawley is motioning to the bullpen for a reliever to get hot fast. McCants not showing that he has it here early on. A clean first inning, but loading the bases with just 1 out here in the second.
Well, even in that first inning, even though he was able to get out of it, still walked a guy and hit a guy as well. That'll bring up Anthony Salcedo to the plate, who walked in his first at bat. He takes that one on the inside corner for a strike, most likely taking all the way. So the count is 0-1. Salcedo's got the bases loaded and 1 out, looking to do some damage early in this game for the Leopards. That 0-1 catches the outer third, a nice slider, so McCants getting back into his rhythm a little bit. Count is 0-2.
Infield playing double play depth. Clark at third base, even with the bag. The middle infielder's pinching.
Salcedo holds up his swing. They checked over to first. First base umpire said did not go. So the count is 1-2. Bases are loaded for the Leopards. That pitch going to miss low as well. The count is 2-2.
This at bat by Salcedo likely will be crucial. If the Leopards can get on the board here, score at least 2 of these 3 runs, it'll be a good start, and Galindo will have some insurance to run off of.
Salcedo pokes that one into right field, and that should at least get 1 home. Looks like the other Salcedo headed home as well. Close play out the plate. Catcher unable to handle it. Throw over to first. Salcedo got caught up a little bit, so gets the job done. A great piece of hitting with 2 strikes to get 2 runs home. Great base running all around by the Leopards, and it's runners on first and second for Benny Vogel.
Yep, and that's how you get things started. A great piece of hitting by Salcedo, knowing McCants likely to go to the junk and try and hit the outer half of the plate. Salcedo just going the other way with the pitch. And a great jump off second by Anthony's younger brother, Aiden.
So Vogel to the plate. It's 1 for 1. Singled in his first at bat. Looking to continue this good offensive inning for the Leopards.
Vogel, that single in his first at-bat, a great piece of hitting too, going the other way down the left field line for a base hit.
That 1-0 slider catches a lot of the zone. 1-1 the count. On that line drive, we saw the third baseman throw his glove up, which we thought was, kind of funny. Kind of smart, kind of funny.
Yeah, unconventional. Things you just do in practice, like you said.
McCants delivers the 1-1. That one misses inside. Good leave by Vogel. Jumps ahead to 2-0. 2-1.
Vogel came into this day hitting .395, 15 for 38.
He's going to take that one outside, so jumps way ahead, 3-1 in the count.
After the base hit, 16 for 39, hitting .410 on the season.
Look at you doing some quick math.
Oh, I can thank the iPhone calculator
No,
for it.
No. You did that all in your head.
All right, well, thank you for at least trying to make me sound good.
Vogel's going to take ball 4 on the outside, so bases loaded once again for the Leopards, bringing up Noah Garcia, who is exactly who you would want at the plate in this situation.
Took the words right out of my mouth. The Skyak's leading hitter entering the day, mentioned that earlier, has 10 RBIs for the Leopards, a 3-way tie for that team lead with Luke Garcia and Benny Vogel, but good chance Noah Garcia here really just opens the floodgates as we see McCants getting pulled from the game.
Yep, McCants gonna come out. That is Kyler Bacosa.
Bacosa, the first-year right-hander out of San Jose, California. Went to Bellarmine College Prep. 5.4 ERA, also only going just a little over an inning this year, an inning and 2/3, allowing 1 earned run in that time. Has walked 3, but struck out 2, so perhaps some command issues. Interesting to see here with Garcia at the plate and the bases loaded.
Yeah, there's a big inning for the Leopards. It would go a long way for them to be able to put up a crooked number in this inning after struggling to execute with runners on base the last game.
Yeah, and that's not the normal Leopards that you see. These guys able to get on base and a lot of times bring them home. Last game, not really able to do much against Nathan Buchan and Omar Barraza. Good job by those two Redlands arms to quiet this loud Leopards offense, but I think you're about to see how loud this offense can get here in the second.
I sure hope you're right. Saw Coach Byrne coaching up Anthony and Luke, showing them, the swing path that you need. Love to see that from the head coach, not just sitting there making the calls, but also going out helping his players.
Yeah, Coach Byrne is certainly well respected amongst all these Leos. Responsible for really, as he told me this winter, creating pressure before pressure is created by the game. Really kind of trying to force things down these Leo's throats and kind of make them perform well under chaos. It all happens in the winter.
That'll bring up Noah Garcia. Leaves that one high and outside. The count 1-0. Garcia grounded out to second in his first at bat.
And Garcia's one of those guys that Coach Winterburn was tougher on this winter, coming in knowing he's going to play a big role for these Leopards. Garcia wasn't quite sure of himself.
That pitch swung on and missed by Garcia. The count even at 1.
Didn't know where he really fit in on this team. Was afraid of how Coach Winterburn kind of thought of him and how he was perceived. And Coach Winterburn sat him down the day of the alumni game and said, "Hey, I need you to stop worrying."
That one catches a lot of zone as well. The count 1-2.
I need you to stop worrying because, you are your own person and I respect you and you're a ball player that's going to contribute to this team. And Garcia really hasn't looked back since, running with the starting first baseman job and hitting the cover off the baseball to start the year.
That 1-2 high and outside, and that's just a great story to hear and really shows how much Byrne cares for his players to take time out of his day to have that type of heartfelt conversation with one of the stars of this team.
Yeah, and they've certainly needed the production out of Garcia, not just Garcia, but Reese on deck, too.
The 2-2, that one grounded foul. Stolenberg does a bit of a hop step to get out of the way.
Always staying agile over there in the third base
look at him
box.
Smiling over there. He's doing a little dance.
Good vibes here in game 2.
Indeed. Count 2-2. Bacosa gets the sign, ready for the delivery. That one high as well. Bacosa kind of popping that glove a little bit, though.
Yeah, a live arm can throw hard, but he's going to need to throw strikes.
So Garcia stands in with the count full at 3-2. The bases are also full for the Leopards. And the 3-2, also high and outside, so that's going to walk home a run. Going to trade a Garcia for a Garcia.
I like it. Nice.
As Luke walks in home. Score is 3-0 for the Leopards. And that'll bring up Logan Reese, who got hit in his last at-bat, took it off the Evo Shield.
Through just an inning and a third, 7 free passes allowed by the two Redlands pitchers so far.
That pitch finds the zone. 0-1 the count. But yeah, that's something the Leopards preach, is taking advantage of the freebies. And they've done a good job of that so far in this game.
4 walks and 3 hit by pitches, 3 runs on just 2 hits.
The 0-1, that one runs inside, almost catches Reese on the noggin. It's going to even the count at 1-1. That's one of the pitches that you could get out of the way of. The Leopards don't want you taking one off the head.
Who would want to take one off the head anyway?
I've got a story for you that I'll tell in a little bit. That one fouled back by Reese. Actually, I can tell right now. Luke Garcia took one off the noggin freshman year in an inner squad. He just stared the pitch down, didn't even turn his head, just looked straight at it, just boo, took it off the head. Everyone paused for a second. Then he just sprints over to first. We're like, oh my goodness.
Unfazed.
Yeah, unfazed to say the least. That 1-2 misses outside. 2-2 the count.
If you know Luke Garcia, that's kind of a funny story. If you know him personally, to know his personality.
Yeah, that's just a Luke thing to do, honestly. The 2-2. That one swung on hard down the line, and that's going to bring a couple runs home for the Leopards. Garcia's going to look to make it 3 runs for the Leopards as he's moving across the base pass, eases up into home, and Reese with an absolutely big hit for the Leopards. Clears the bases, and they jump out ahead 6-0.
Told you I had a feeling the Leopards are going to show you how loud that offense can be. Logan Reese and Noah Garcia. A lot of the production this year coming out of the 3 and 4 spots in the lineup, making up for losing the Conference Player of the Year last year and Brandon Shiota. Garcia and Reese, a dynamic duo in this Leopards lineup.
That'll bring up Slesser. Chopped out to the shortstop his last at-bat. Looking to keep things going as he takes strike 1 down the middle. Cosa getting the signs from his catcher. It's ready to deliver. The 0-1. That one misses low. Count even at 1.
Slesser came into today hitting .286. Not exactly a standout first game, but a chance really here to drive in a run.
The 1-1 delivery to Slesser. He's going to take a bit of the soft stuff for a strike. Count is 1-2.
Went 1 for 4 his last game. Hit a couple balls hard. Was robbed by Jared Anderson, the shortstop, on a line drive hit his way.
That 1-2. A bit outside. Evens the count at 2-2.
On the year, Slesser with 9 RBIs.
Bacosa. The 2-2 to Slesser, who's going to leave it low. That'll bring the count full once again. Leopards doing a great job of really getting these counts deep and doing damage with 2 strikes.
Yeah, something last game they were able to do but not capitalize when they were deep in counts. Not a great job hitting with 2 strikes, but this game completely different.
The 3-2, Slesser chops that one over to short. Reese is going to run in front of the shortstop. That throw, oh!
He missed that call.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. So they're going to call Slesser out at first.
Coach Winterburn's going to come out and talk that one over with the first base umpire, as he should. Keith Prager looks like the first base coach, letting the first base umpire know about it too. There was no way on earth that Cam Slesser was thrown out right there. Jared Anderson, credit to him, doing a great job charging the ball in the hole and making the throw on the run. But Cam Slesser beat that throw by a step and a half. There wasn't even really a close play, and the first base umpire just missed it.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he did get his foot back, but I don't think it was nearly in time there to be an out. But anywho, there's 2 outs. Bringing Chase Siffert up to the plate, 0 for 1. Had a shallow fly out to center field. Logan Reese on third. The 1-0 to Siffert. He's going to take that one at the knees for a strike. Count is even at 1.
I wish I could say this was the first time the Leopards have hit a round in an inning this year, but they're always making it hard on me, taking score.
That pitch left outside. The count 2-1.
Not enough spaces here to fill out what's happening in the second inning.
Yeah, you know, we like to take score up here, and it is a little tough, but, you know, I'd rather have them scoring a lot of runs and us struggling up here than them struggling down there and us
I'd take it
chilling up here.
I'd take it too.
So, Siffert into the box. Takes that one outside, so the count was 3-1. I was a tad bit confused, but Siffert gets the walk. So runners at the corners for the Leopards with Nathan Perry coming to the plate. Walked in his first at bat. Came across to score.
Yeah, Perry was the one that really got this inning started with that walk. Was the first run to come around and score.
Bacosa looking to get the Bulldogs out of this inning without any more damage. Spots that one up nicely on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 the count. Perry looking to keep putting runs up on the board. The 0-1 fouled straight back.
I like that swing. Perry ready to swing the bat up at the plate. Fastball straight back usually means you're just about there, just missing it though.
Yeah, I think he just got a little bit under on that one. Looks like it came off the top of his bat. Kosa steps off the mound, gets back on. Count is 0-2 to Perry. That 0-2 high, they're going to throw over to first. Risky throw over.
Yeah, runners on the corners with 2 outs. Leopards have already scored 6 runs, and Saito thought he saw Siffert kind of jumping off the first base bag. Logan Reese was ready to take off from third and make a play at the plate, but lucky enough, the Bulldogs first baseman Mejorado stopped it from going into the outfield.
So the count is 1-2. Throw over to first. Siffert dives in easily.
Mejorado again making sure one doesn't skip by.
Yeah, he's kind of like a brick wall over there at first, protecting the Bulldogs right now. Bacosa delivers the 1-2. That one misses high. And the Leopards put on a first and third play, and it works to perfection. Just absolutely lulled the Bulldogs to sleep. And Siffert is safe on second as well, which isn't even the point of that play. The point of that play is just to get the run home, but miscommunication, no one covering the bag, and just great execution by the Leopards.
Yeah, great delayed steal. Siffert taken off after Saito received the ball behind the plate. Siffert kind of let himself hang out to dry just to bring Reese home. Reese took off on the throw, and the Redlands Bulldogs just lapsing on defense.
Oh, and that one runs in and hits Perry. So another hit batter for these Bulldogs. And this inning continues.
Yeah, just another free pass. Redlands can't afford to keep giving these up, or it's going to be a shorter than 9-inning game. Laverne already up 7-0. Here taking a replay at that first and third play, getting a look at Logan Reese's jump, just making sure he sees the ball leave Saito's hand. Doesn't even need to be a complete throw down to second base. It could have been cut off by the middle infielder. Reese was going to be ready to go either way.
Just great execution as that one's taken on the outside corner for strike one. Aiden Salcedo to the plate, got hit in his last at bat. Took it square off the back. The 0-1 from Bacosa. Good job by Saito to keep that one in front of him and keep Siffert at bay on second. The count is even at 1. So a big inning for the Leopards, but only 3 hits, and they've gotten 7 runs across. That one chopped over to the pitcher, PFP. The throw over would have been in time, but could not be caught. And Siffert is going to come around to score. They'll hold Perry up at third, and Bulldogs just falling apart in the early parts of this Game 3.
Couldn't have said it any better. This looks a lot like the Redlands team we saw play Friday in Game 1 of this series at the Yard in Redlands. The defense really just fell apart in the later innings of that game. Today it's the Bulldogs in Game 2 just not coming out right for the second leg of this doubleheader, and the Leopards taking full advantage.
So that'll bring up Luke Garcia, who was hit in his last at-bat as well. Aiden Salcedo reached on that error by the pitcher. Count is 0-1 to Garcia. Leopards up 8-0 on 3 hits. 1 error by the Bulldogs, but just a lot of walks and hit by pitches is what's put them in a hole. Garcia swings. Ooh.
Saito's taking a beating back there behind the plate. Getting a piece of that foul ball hit by Garcia when Salcedo, or rather when Perry was hit by the pitch. Saito took one off of it. Looked like probably the chest protector too. Was taken aback. So tough inning to be Kaya Saito.
Yeah, I mean, just in general as a catcher, these long innings are tough because you're squatting for, it's probably been about 20 minutes, and to be taking balls and bats as well, that's just adding insult to injury. Count is 0-2.
That's as if he hasn't been squatting behind the plate for 13 consecutive hitters.
Yeah. Garcia pokes that one down the line, foul. So we'll do it again, 0-2 the count. Bacosa looking to escape this long, dreadful inning for the Bulldogs.
Treacherous.
Treacherous indeed. You know, I just love the words that you use.
I took that one from you. I like you using treacherous.
That one skied out to right field. That one keeps carrying and gets over the head, and Garcia's going to dig into second. So what looked like should have been a routine fly ball to right field turns out to be a double for Garcia. I think they'll probably give him the hit since there was no contact with the glove or anything. So the inning continues for the Leopards. They are now up 10-0.
Yeah, crazy 10-run second inning for the Leopards. Aaron Hawley making his second pitching change of the inning. Bacosa can't get it done. He'll be yanked with 2 outs here in the second. The Leopards double digits on the board before Redlands can even get through the batting order.
Well, Leopards coming back with a vengeance in this game. I mean, only put 1 run on the board in 9 innings of baseball before this, and they have just completely blown the Bulldogs out of the water in this bottom half of the second.
Yeah, game 1 certainly opened their eyes to how well this Leopards team knows they can do after being shut out. Certainly taken, not shut out, but kept quiet by the Redlands left-hander Nathan Buchan. Just not going to take the same treatment here in game 2.
And so we got a new pitcher for the Bulldogs, Joe Godoy, the sophomore utility player. He's a infielder and obviously a pitcher as well.
And Godoy's been banged around. 2 innings of work, a .455 batting average against, has surrendered 5 hits and 3 earned runs, an ERA of 13.5. So the Leopards looking to go back to work still against Redlands' third pitcher in less than 3 innings.
But I think this really shows how important it is to have a lot of good pitchers, because what we're seeing from Redlands right now is they just don't have the arms to compete with the Leopards in this game 3 of the series, which is what makes the Leopards such a good team, is that they have 3 solid starters. It's just that relief pitching that struggles a little bit. But 3 solid starters is very important to have.
Yeah, Redlands certainly not as deep as the University of Laverne. Leopards going with Ethan Galindo to start this game 3, but they could have gone with Jalen Fong. They could have given Cole Monson another run at starting the baseball game. Instead, Galindo getting the opportunity based on how he's been performing in this 2023 season. And the Leopards have a bunch of guys they can still turn to if Galindo can't get it done the rest of this game. Granted, Galindo has been sitting on the bench for close to nearly half an hour at this point based on how long the bottom of the second has gone, but likely ready to come out and throw strikes in inning number 3. But for now, the Leopards still not finished with what they've got going on at the plate.
So we got Anthony Salcedo coming up to the plate for the second time in this inning. That pitch catches the outer third of the zone for a strike. Luke Garcia at second.
What a great shot you see there.
Yeah, beautiful. Shout out to the camera people.
Yep, great camera work by the LVTV crew today.
Yep, LVTV. Community television. Count is 0-1. Yeah, the score is 10-0. That one fouled off by Salcedo. The count 0-2. Leopards have done a good job of hitting with 2 strikes or just batting with 2 strikes as well. There's been a couple full counts that they've drawn walks on. A couple hits with 2 strikes. Godoy leaves that one in the dirt. Count is even at 2. This is by far the highest scoring inning for the Leopards of the season so far. Luke Garcia taking the lead at second.
Can't imagine too many more innings the Leopards scored 10 runs. 11 maybe?
Yeah, Salcedo looked like it was going to be a bloop into right field, but that ball has been carrying today, so that'll finally put an end to things. Leopards put up a 10-piece in the bottom half of the second. And you're watching LVTV3 Community News.
Did you know breast cancer kills more than 41,000 people every year in the U.S.?
That's 113 people every day.
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Nearly 250,000 men and women in the U.S.
Will be diagnosed with breast cancer this year.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
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 Unacceptable. Help us save lives. Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Support Susan G. Komen. Join our fight. Save lives. Visit komen.org/unacceptable.
Failure is unacceptable.
And welcome back. Leopards up 10-0 as we head into the top of the third. Gabriel Sia coming up for the Bulldogs. His first at-bat of the game. Galindo misses that pitch outside. 1-0 the count.
10 runs last half inning on just 4 hits for the Leopards.
Yeah, just a lot of walks and hit by pitches. Is that one off the hands to Sifford at second? The throw over to first in time. So Galindo doing a great job of coming back on the mound and throwing strikes. That'll bring up DeVries.
That play, not exactly flashy, a little soft liner that drops in front of Sifford, but I was watching the two players on the right side of the infield, Sifford and Garcia, moved. I really liked the footwork out of Noah Garcia, making sure the ball was going to drop in front of Sifford and then dashing all the way back to first base, giving a nice full extension stretch to make the play. Thought it looked good.
Ooh, that one almost catches DeVries on the noggin. But it'll be a ball. 1-0 the count. That pitch low and outside. The count 2-0. Bulldogs looking to get a couple runs back. Claw their way back into this game. Down 10-0. The 2-0 catches DeVries on the shoulder. So runner for the Bulldogs. Galindo losing a bit of the control on that second batter face in the top half of 3. That'll bring up Nakashima.
Yeah, DeVries now has reached twice, singling to lead off this game, now being hit by a pitch. Redlands trying to get on the board.
Nakashima pops that one up. Garcia calls off Sifford at second and makes the play. So quick 2 outs for Galindo, looking to get the Leopards offense back on the field. That'll bring up Jared Anderson. Flew out to center in his last at-bat. Galindo. That one shot into right field. Reese with a diving play. He's doing it all out there. He could dive over the head, in front of him. Just a great defensive effort by Reese today, and that'll end the inning. No runs, no hits. Runner stranded on first for the Bulldogs, and that'll bring up the Leopards, who are looking to do some more damage. We got Vogel, Garcia, and Reese coming up to bat in the bottom half of the third.
Yeah, I mentioned in the first game, Logan Reese really coming into his own this sophomore season of his. Had a great first game at the plate and defensively making highlight reel plays. This game, a Superman catch again, diving in front of him out in right field to make that play, reaching base twice, including a bases clearing double. So staying in the middle of all of it, in the thick of it, Logan Reese just performing as well as you can perform.
Godoy will get back on the mound for the Bulldogs. Was able to close things up in that long bottom of 2.
Mind you, Reese also broke his finger earlier in this season. It hasn't slowed him down a single bit, defensively or offensively. Just firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, he's still wearing that splint too. Score is 10-0 as we start the bottom half of the third. Benny Vogel to the plate, 1 for 1 with a single. Walked in his last at-bat and came around to score, just like so many other Leopards did in the bottom of the second. That first pitch misses low. Count is 1-0. The 1-0. Skips in the dirt. Count is 2-0 to Vogel.
Godoy on the mound out of Commerce, California. Went to Cathedral High School. Sophomore two-way player, standing at 6 feet even.
That 2-0 pitch catches the inner part of the zone for strike 1. 2-1 the count. That pitch a little too inside. Vogel jumps out ahead, 3-1. The 3-1. Outside, so a leadoff walk for Vogel. His second walk in 3 trips to the plate. That'll bring up Noah Garcia, who also walked in his last at-bat and came around to score.
That's the 6th Leopards walk of the day, trying to count all the free passes here.
That one shot into left field, and it looks like it's going to drop fair, just barely down the line, and Vogel's flying across third, looking to score. It's going to be a close play at the plate. That throw is in time. A great play out there and left. The good relay home. Garcia's going to get into second. Risky play, but you know, when you're up 10-0, you can take a little more risks.
Yeah, certainly not a bad decision to send Vogel there. A nice piece of hitting by Garcia to take that pitch and hit it where it's pitched the other way. Into the left field corner. The ball kind of died there. Gave the Redlands left fielder, Gabe Ceja, enough time to really get around it and make a strong throw to the shortstop, Anderson. Anderson, a picture-perfect relay throw to the plate to nail Vogel.
That'll bring Reese up to bat, who had the bases clearing double, his last AB. He's up with the runner on second and 1 out. Takes that first pitch for a strike. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 leaves that one. It's going to bounce off the catcher and allow Garcia to move from second to third.
I like that the Leopards haven't taken their foot off the gas just yet. Sometimes you listen to people in the baseball world talk about making sure you follow the unwritten rules. I don't think it's quite necessary to stop really putting pressure on the defense just yet. Too early in the game for that.
Reese shoots that one foul. Count is 1-2. Reese, as we mentioned, has made a couple of great plays out there in right field today. A couple of great diving efforts. Godoy. Good spot for the pitcher, just a bit high. 2-2 the count.
Yeah, great spot for Godoy to miss. Up and in on Reese's hands, not far from the strike zone at all. Likely trying to open up the outer half of the plate with an off-speed pitch here.
Godoy with the delivery. Reese fouls that one back, so we'll do his dance again. 2-2. Got Noah Garcia at third. One out. The 2-2. Nice lead by Reese as that one goes into the dirt. Count is once again full at 3-2.
Yeah, Reese doing a great job of just making sure he works every count. Not often do you see him swing at the first pitch. Instead, making pitchers throw pitches.
Godoy. The 3-2 to Reese. That one lined up the middle. A great piece of hitting, and the Leopards find themselves on the board again. 11-0 the score.
And Reese, what do you know, just coming through again, doing it time after time. His third hit of the day, second single. This one drives in the Leopards' 11th run of the game. 11th in just 2 innings, frankly.
Yep. 4 RBIs for Reese early in this game. We're going to throw over to him at first as Cameron Slessor steps into the box, is grounded out to short in both at-bats. This last one, though, was kind of controversial. Thought the first baseman came off the bag. That one misses inside. The count 1-0.
I still can't believe the first base umpire called him safe.
Yeah.
Or called him out, rather.
Yeah, I mean, you're right there. Got to see that one. Godoy, the 1-0. That one, Slessor puts a charge. That one way over the head of the center fielder, and that's going to one-hop the wall. And will most likely bring Reese home to score, and Cam's in easily with the stand-up double. Just a great piece of hitting, just perfect timing. You know, this was MLB The Show. It would have shown perfect.
That was perfect. You heard it off the bat. Slessor's putting good swings on the ball all day so far today, but that one you could tell had a little extra bounce off the bat. Exit velocity had to be up there near triple digits. Slessor just smashing that pitch, a one-hop double off the center field wall.
That'll bring up Sifford to the plate, who walked his last at-bat and came around to score. Godoy throwing more strikes, but still getting hit around a little bit. As I say that, he spikes one in the dirt and goes past the catcher, allowing Slessor to move over to third.
Sometimes the game just knows.
Indeed. I feel like every time I say something, it just goes the other way.
It's all right. Happened to me in the first game. It's only right.
So the score, 12-0 in the bottom of 3. Sifford, a senior, but eligibility-wise is a sophomore because of, the COVID stuff.
Gave an extra 2 years to every athlete that was playing collegiate sports at the time of the pandemic. I think that's pretty remarkable. Nowadays you see college teams just loaded with super seniors, older guys. Take the Georgia Bulldogs, for example, the football program. You got Stetson Bennett, the 25-year-old quarterback, winning back-to-back natties, and playing against other 18-year-old defensive linemen. Nice piece.
Siffert, oh, that's just going to be foul. But as you mentioned, a great piece by Siffert. Leopards finding the barrel pretty easily in the second game of the doubleheader. That one just a bit foul. Count is even at 1-1. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, like, how many of these guys, you know, are playing college ball in their mid-20s. You never really seen that before.
No, but it provides a little bit of a different experience to kind of more, not quite professional, but another further step towards that.
Good leave by Siffert. That one misses low. The count 2-1.
You see college athletes that are a bit more polished, more seasoned, more composed in big situations, and for the Leopards taking advantage of the couple guys that are a little bit older.
That one going to miss inside. The count is 3-1.
Take someone like Jerry Terry, for example, who's able to stick around a couple more years, play ball while he's in grad school just because he has the eligibility still.
That one going to miss just a bit high. Another walk. Siffert takes a jog over to first base, and that'll bring up Nathan Perry, who's reached base both times but doesn't have an at-bat in this game yet. He walked and got hit by a pitch. And it looks like we're going to have at least a discussion on the mound.
Ever since the second inning started, head coach of the Redlands Bulldogs, Aaron Hawley, has not taken that hood off, making the long voyage out to the mound to pull yet another pitcher.
He's looking like a Sith Lord out there with the dark gray hoodie on.
I'm sure he wishes he could use the force to get his pitchers to throw a strike.
Now that was really nice. I like that. I like that a lot. And look, we got a new pitcher on the mound for the Bulldogs. And shout out to my dad. That's his old college number 12. He went to Redlands.
All right.
You know, a Skyac native. He was a right fielder for the Bulldogs. He always tells me, I got there a year after they won the national championship. And I'm like,
a year after?
Yeah,
huh?
the year after. You know, that's kind of tough. Miss it out by a year. He went to Delta College.
Okay, as a transfer student,
yeah.
when ended up going to Redlands?
Yeah.
That's a funny story.
Yeah, you know, that's how we found out about Laverne was, you know, obviously he was playing against him and whatnot.
Pops was a right fielder. Was he lefty like you two, or?
So he was born left-handed but converted to right hand. So that's why
Okay.
I'm a lefty. But his dad, you know, because back then it was just seen as super weird to be left-handed.
To be left-handed, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but he always told me he wished he would have stayed left-handed. He would throw BP to me though, and I'd throw some BP to him, and he'd take it left-handed. So he's a little bit ambidextrous.
Okay, that's cool. Even better. Shout out Mr. Churchill.
Indeed, Mr. Churchill. They would call him Kenny.
Okay.
Kenny Churchy.
Kenny and Kavan. I like it.
Indeed.
Shout out to you, Mr. Churchill.
So Leopards are up 12-0. Bottom of the third. This game moving definitely a lot slower than game one of this doubleheader.
Yeah, but NCAA rules state a 10-run lead after 7 innings could result in the mercy rule, so the Leopards just got to hang on for a few more, keep their foot on the gas, maintain that 10-run lead.
And my apologies to number 12. I didn't even say her name. Got a little too excited. Alika Gayo is the new pitcher for the Bulldogs.
Out of Riverside, California.
Riverside. That pitch in for a strike.
Sophomore for the Bulldogs, went to Martin Luther King High School. I know a couple guys out of there.
The 0-1 to Perry. In the dirt. Count even at 1.
And I like the reaction out of Chase Sifford. He knows the ball in the dirt got away from Saito, and despite the 12-run lead, still holding himself accountable, frustrated with the fact that he didn't advance that extra 90 feet. Shows the intensity the Leopards have in Game 2.
That one misses high and away, count 2-1, but just also shows how accountable these players are, which is one of the reasons why they're so successful as a team.
Doing the little things right, staying disciplined.
So the count is 2-1 to Perry. And he pushes that one to center as well, sending him on a run. He's going to stop at the track. A nice play. That's going to score Slessor from third. So good execution by Perry to get the scoring fly ball, and almost did it in a very loud way. Sending that one all the way to the warning track. 2 outs. Run comes across the score, so it's 13-0, and that'll bring Aiden Salcedo to the plate.
Yeah, we've seen that all day long. Balls hit to the outfield, just carrying an extra 20, 30 feet. The wind is blowing a little bit today. Nothing real significant, but clearly it's getting a hold of the baseballs that catch a little bit of air and taking it a little bit further.
That pitch misses low and away. Salcedo to the plate. Reached on a hit by pitch his first at bat, and then an error by the pitcher. I'm not sure who was pitching at that time, but it was an E1. Came across the score both times. That one outside, 2-0 the count. Leopards have 13 runs on 7 hits. No errors. Bulldogs, no runs on a hit and an error. 2-0. Right over the middle of the plate. 2-1 the count.
Aguayo, a nice two-seam fastball, able to cut back over the plate. Starts it outside to righties, and then the pitch runs back in. See if he wants to run Salcedo in on the hands with it.
That one going to miss low and away. Count is 3-1. Seen this a lot from the Leopards hitters, jumping way out ahead in the counts and doing damage when they get the pitch that they want to hit. That 3-1 catches the outside corner, so a back full. 3-2 the count. 3-2, 2 outs. Runner on first for Salcedo of the Aiden variety. That one shot right back to the pitcher, who takes it off the behind and throws it over to first.
That'll leave a Charlie horse.
That will leave a mark indeed. So the count is 13-0. You're watching Leopards baseball on LV TV3 Community Television.
We meet online, and I tell you, I'm falling in love. I have to see you in person, but I need a loan for the ticket. I really think you're the one. And I really think you're desperate. Sure enough, you sent cash and never see me again. Too smart to fall for this? Last year alone, 12 million Americans lost money this way. Can you believe it? You shouldn't. I made that up, too. Might not be as smart as you thought you were.
And welcome back. Score 13-0 in the top of the 4th. Leopards doing a great job offensively of taking walks, hit by pitches, and also sprinkling in some hits as well.
Yeah, I talked earlier in this game about how important it is for Ethan Galindo to throw strikes. The Redlands Bulldogs, as a collective, just not really throwing strikes here in Game 2 after Nathan Buchan's exceptional Game 1 start. The Leopards taking advantage of free passes and then cashing in with some big hits.
That'll bring up Max Clark to the plate, who swings through that Galindo first pitch. 0-1 the count. That one chopped over to Salcedo at third. The throw over to first. In time. Garcia doing a little bit of a stretch to get there, and Galindo once again coming out of a longer inning, throwing strikes.
Yeah, it's been super important for Galindo to stay fresh. The Leopards having that 10-run second inning, a 3-run third inning that still lasted at least 15 minutes long.
That'll bring up Narada, who ropes that one in the left field for a base hit.
And that's one thing about Galindo's game, and he's not afraid to pitch to contact, make something happen, make the hitters earn what they're going to do at the plate. You'll give up those base hits for Galindo just to throw strikes over the plate.
That'll bring up Burgess, who struck out in his first at-bat looking. He pokes that one into right field. Reese once again making a great play over there in right. The shoestring catch, and Siffert stretching out to make sure that that cutoff throw didn't get past him. 2 outs.
Had a little worrisome moment there. I saw Reese grab at his right hamstring after making the catch. Came in real hard to try and make sure he got there in time. He sure did, but ultimately you need that guy to be healthy throughout this whole year.
Yes, you do. Looks like he's stretching it out a little bit. And looks like we got a pinch hitter for the Bulldogs. That is number 22, Will Daniels. He's going to take that one in for a strike. Believe he is in for Umshed. Takes another strike down the middle of the plate. 0-2 the count. So the count to Daniels, 0-2, 2 outs, runner on first. Galindo with the 0-2, misses low, 1-2 the count. Galindo doing a great job on the mound once again. Galindo said his parents love the broadcasting. He said they always talk about, how much they like listening to us, and I appreciate it very much. We appreciate it as that one's fouled off.
Indeed, we both do. It's always the best hearing good compliments, so we appreciate all of you guys that tune in and listen to us day in and day out.
Count is 1-2 to Daniels. Strike 3 looking, a great pitch by Galindo, and Daniels doesn't like it one bit, but that's how the top half of the fourth is going to end. Count is still 13-0 in favor of the Leopards.
If you don't like it, you got to swing. Can't leave it up to the umpire with 2 strikes, because at that point, it's out of your hands if you see anything close.
I mean, especially in a game that's out of hand like this, the zone is going to open up a little bit as well, so you really can't be taking anything that's close.
Game 2 of a doubleheader, too, trying to make sure you get through it all in a decent amount of time. Plus, umpires like to play their own little part in a ball game. If they can ring you up and make something happen, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, everyone likes to feel involved, and, for an umpire to be able to say, "Hoo-yah!" That's always, they like to do that, so.
Sometimes others a little bit more than the rest.
Indeed, indeed. And also got a fact check. Gave the Bulldogs too much credit. They made the World Series, but lost in it. They didn't win that year.
A title run.
A title
didn't
run.
Come up with the title. I see.
Yes.
I see. It's still too bad your pops didn't get a chance to play, in a deep run like that. Or did he? Did he get a deep run like that?
No.
Or, okay, yeah. 1 year too late.
Yeah, just 1 year too late, but he still had a great time playing at Redlands. Made a lot of good lifelong friends that I've had the pleasure to meet. So we got Luke Garcia to the plate for the Leopards. Doubled in his last AB, got 2 RBIs. I believe that was that one that went out to right field that just kept carrying over the right fielder's head.
Yep.
Takes that one for a ball, 1-0 the count. Grounds that one over to second. Should be a pretty easy play. The throw over to first in time. That'll be the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Anthony Salcedo, who's also got a couple RBIs in this game. Had that hard single up the middle. Bring 2 runs home. He's also come across the score in this game. That pitch, outside, ball, 1-0.
I still can't believe the catcher Saito caught him stealing in the first inning.
Yeah.
Never would have thought. You
don't see that too often.
You really don't. And the way it all happened, I mean, the pitch was way outside to Benny Vogel. I mean, it would have landed behind Salcedo in the right-handed batter's box, and Saito still got his glove on it and made a a terrific throw down to second base. Probably the best throw we've seen all year, really.
Yeah, nice off-balance throw as that one finds the zone. 2-1 the count. It's the bottom of 4. Scores 13-0 in favor of the Leopards. They've got 7 hits, no errors. The 2-1 to Salcedo. That one roped over to short. Nice little backhand to throw over to first in time. So a couple quick outs for the Bulldogs, which is probably a relief for them and their fans after struggling for the past couple innings.
Absolutely. I don't think they've gotten back-to-back outs to start an inning yet in this game.
And that'll bring up Benny Vogel. He's reached base all 3 times, but only has 1 at-bat. Credited to him in this game. Walked a couple times, singled in his first debut. That pitch inside. Count 1-0.
Vogel, a player to watch for the Leopards today, coming in, hitting .395 after the first inning single, knotted at .410.
That one roped into center. Able to get under it and make the play. So a 1-2-3 inning, something we haven't said very often for the Bulldogs in this game, but the Leopards unable to put any runs across. 13-0 the score. You're watching LVTV Community Television.
In the summer of 2014, tens of millions of us took part in the Ice Bucket Challenge for ALS. Thanks to the Ice Bucket Challenge, new ALS genes have been identified, new therapies are being developed, and new technologies are being designed to help people with ALS. But we need to keep the momentum going until there is a cure. Are you still up for the challenge? To learn more, visit challengeals.org.
And welcome back. Top half of the 5th. Leopards up 13-0 on 7 hits, no errors. Bulldogs no runs across so far on 2 hits and 1 error. Galindo still on the mound for the Leopards, mowing through this Bulldogs lineup. Bulldogs took game 1 of this doubleheader, 3-1. Nice little throw down.
If you were watching the ads just a minute ago, seeing the ALS Ice Bucket little forward, me and Kavan were talking, that was 10 years ago. 10 years ago for those of you watching at home. That was 2013 that was going around. People dumping buckets of ice water on their head to raise awareness for Lou Gehrig's disease. Just can't believe that was a decade ago.
Yeah, I remember seeing as that pitch drops in for a ball, 1-0 count. I remember seeing all the, professional athletes doing that and, friends and I doing it as well. So it's just crazy how quickly time flies as that one falls in for a strike, 1-1 the count.
Time really flies.
I mean, I'm about to graduate this semester, which is crazy. That one fouled off to the left side. 1-2 the count.
You excited to graduate?
Oh, yeah, I'm obviously excited, but it is going to be a little sad. I've lived with my friends for the past 4 years.
Right.
So it's just going to be a little different not being around my friends every day, but, looking forward to new things in life, making new friends.
Yeah, just the next chapter.
That ball outside, the check over to first, said he did not go. 2-2 the count. Kyle Saito at the plate. Grounded into a double play his last at-bat. That nice 5-4-3 double play by Salcedo over there at third. Count is full, 3-2. Galindo with the full count delivery. Just a little bit too high. So the third walk given up by Galindo in this game so far.
Second time a leadoff man has reached base for the Bulldogs. DeVries in the first inning started the game out with the single, and Saito now trying to get something started for Redlands here in the 5th.
Sia to the plate for the Bulldogs. Takes that one low, and the runner goes on to first as that one was in the dirt.
Yeah, Nate Perry dropped to a knee trying to block it. Kept the ball in front of him, but it skipped away out towards Ethan Galindo on the hill. Nothing Perry could really do about it at that point.
Yeah, just a good job to keep it in front of him. You know, don't let it get past you. Galindo with the 1-0. This is just a bit low, so Galindo. We've seen this a couple times in this game, though, where he's lost control for a batter or two, but has been able to rope his way back into it. Count is 2-0 to Sia. Missing again, low. 3-0 the count.
Yeah, something we haven't seen out of Galindo all day so far is fall so far behind hitters.
Galindo looking to battle all the way back. 3-0 the count. Runner on second. Nobody out. That one catches the zone and thought it was a ball, but the umpire said, no. Come back. 3-1 the count.
Second time we've seen that today out of a Redlands hitter. If I were an umpire, that would just irk me.
Yeah, they're probably better than me, though. That would get me pretty riled up. That one swung on and missed. 3-2 the count, so full once again. Great pitch by Galindo. Got Sia to swing under it a little bit. The 3-2, that one swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Galindo. Battles all the way back from down 3-0 to strike him out, and that brings up the top of the order. DeVries.
I'll tell you what, the baseball gods certainly don't like you throwing your bat back to the dugout on a 3-0 strike one. Seha going down on strikes.
Amen. One out. Galindo, nice slider. Catches the outside part of the plate for strike one, so getting back into his rhythm a little bit. DeVries has reached base both times, got a single in the first as you mentioned, and was hit by a pitch his next at bat. That one gonna float out and center a bit. The dive won't get it. Vogel just off the tip of the glove. The throw won't get anyone, and that's how the Bulldogs get on the board. Little bloop single. Actually a bloop double, I guess.
Technically, yeah, double. Vogel trying to cover a lot of ground from straight up center field. That ball landed in shallow left center. Vogel gave it as good of a try as you can give it. Laying out full extension, almost coming up with a snow cone catch, but losing the ball when he hit the ground. Redlands gets their first run to score on DeVries' double.
Good pitching by Galindo, though. Forced the soft contact. Just a tough play. Great pitch. Great comeback pitch by Galindo. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, and a new hitter for the Bulldogs. Number 26, Keithan Efron.
That pitch misses. 1-1 the count.
Efron out of Henderson, Nevada. First year two-way player, plays the outfield, can also pitch a little bit from the left side. Standing at 6 foot, 185.
That pitch catches the bottom part of the zone. 1-2 the count. Galindo jumps ahead. Efron, kind of like Zach Efron.
Yep, spelled exactly like it.
Wow.
1 for 1 in 2 games played.
The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3.
1 for 2.
Another strikeout this inning by Galindo. Stoltenberg going to take a little jog out there. Going to talk to him a little bit.
That's 5 strikeouts for Ethan Galindo so far, just mowing down these Redlands hitters, and his tempo has been what's really put him head and shoulders above this Bulldogs lineup. Stoltenberg headed back to the dugout. Best not to mess with him. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Look at that flow from Galindo. That thing's really growing. That's a nice hair. 2 outs, runner on second.
I feel like it's only right if you're nasty on the mound to have a nice head of hair.
Indeed. I would have to agree. That one in on the hands, chopped over to third. Salcedo runs in. Nice throw over to first, and Garcia makes the catch and avoids the base runner. What a athletic play. And that's how we end the top half of the 5th. Bulldogs able to get a run across on that bloop double that just tipped off of Vogel's glove. So 13-1 is the score. Bulldogs have 3 hits and an error, and that'll bring up, speaking of Noah Garcia, Reese, and Slesser. Siffert cleaning it up if any of them get on.
Yeah, really great play by both corner infielders there. Ball was hit off the hands of shortstop Jared Anderson. Salcedo had to charge the ball real hard, as you see here on the replay. Had a quick split-second hesitation, then charged it. Garcia sticking with the throw, unafraid of the runner barreling down toward him toward first. Anderson, in fact, a little bit more of Garcia than Garcia was of Anderson. The base runner ducking out of the way, trying to avoid contact, and the Leopards' first baseman able to hang on for out number 3.
Yeah, just a really nice play. And you mentioned, the base runner kind of got out of the way a little bit. He's a nicer guy than me. When I had the opportunities to just, run into people
right through them.
Yeah, kind of lower the shoulder a little bit.
Bring
out
through
my
them.
inner DB.
You don't get a lot of opportunities to try and do that, so when you get one, why not? They've made rules now. Baseball's just so you get ejected and then you're suspended for a game after doing that too. But bring back the old days, the good days, where you can see that and it's part of the game, It's the way I see it. It's the way we were raised.
Yeah, that rule changed because of Buster Posey.
Yep.
Broke his leg.
Yep.
Which I think that's a nice rule, the catcher one. But if you're in the base path, you should be able to, stand your ground. The 0-0 to Garcia, just a bit too tall. 1-0 the count.
A lot of changes being made to Major League Baseball. The pitch clock and bigger bases and banning the shift, but not really banning the shift because now you've got left fielders coming over to play in front of right field. So
2-0 the count, but because they banned the shift for the infield, but the outfield can still shift.
Yeah, they're starting to manipulate the outfielders.
The 2-0 to Garcia. Inside corner for a strike. 2-1 the count.
And the natural argument is, well, learn to hit the ball the other way, but it's tough. Defenses, it's not just the defense really shifting, it's the pitchers too. You're obviously throwing pitches to make sure a guy like, I guess, Joey Gallo's the one kind of main Major League Baseball example. Is if this guy's only going to hit it into the right field area, we're only going to throw him inside. We're going to give him stuff he can pull and not take the other way. So there's a lot that goes into it, more than just learning how to hit the other way.
Very good point. Garcia took that one in off the hands and leaves that one. Strikes out looking. Nice pitch sequence from Aguayo.
Look of disgust back toward the home plate umpire.
So Garcia strikes out looking. That'll bring up Logan Reese. He's reached base all 3 times, and he's got 4 RBIs, so a big part of this Leopards offense. This time on with nobody out. Nobody on, 1 out. Pardon me. Takes a strike, 0-1 the count.
Yeah, you can just see how hard of a day he's had by that dirt on his back.
The 0-1, just a bit outside, 1-1 the count. But you mentioned dirt on his back, and I said this in the first game. If you're doing laundry for that weekend, you're gonna look at Reese and be like, really, really. That one pops shallow. Second baseman gonna take charge and move pretty deep into right field to get that one. But the right fielder was played a little bit more over to the left side, so that's how we'll get our second out, and that'll bring up Slesser to the plate.
Yeah, real nice play there by second baseman Jake Burgess, not losing track of the pop-up into shallow right, drifting toward the line to make the play, and then making a nice little one-handed catch kind of over the shoulder as Aaron Hawley comes and gets the ball from Godoy. or excuse me, rather, Agayo.
So we're going to have a new pitcher for the Bulldogs. Looks like it is that a 17? I think that says 17.
Ryan Rhodes.
Ryan Rhodes.
The junior out of San Diego, California, went to St. Augustine High School. 6'2" right-hander, standing at an even 190. Trying to get Redlands through more of this ball game, in which the Leopards lead by 12.
Leopards up 13-1. 2 outs in this inning. Slessor's going to be at the plate, doubled and got home an RBI in his last at bat. Did you see the Ja Morant news?
No, I didn't. I know he was being looked at by the NBA. Was he suspended?
Well, he's gonna miss the next couple games. They haven't suspended him yet, but Memphis is making him take a step back from the team, and I don't understand what's going on in that kid's head.
Yeah, I think Shannon Sharp was really the one that said it best, right? You're not a gangster. You're worth millions of dollars, right? How did that quote go? Something like that.
Yeah, well, and I mean, this kid, he went to a private high school. As we see this beautiful view of the mountains, a nice little resolve shot.
It doesn't get better than that.
It does not. You know, I've been here for 4 years. I played on this field for a lot of days, and it just never gets old, the view.
No, it really doesn't. You got the mountains in the back, a great, beautiful backdrop. The skies are normally perfectly clear and sunny, a little bit of clouds left over from the storm this week, but still a beautiful day for baseball.
So Rhodes on the mound delivers his first pitch for a strike to Slessor.
Rhodes, just an inning of work so far this year, allowed 4 earned runs, a couple walks, a couple strikeouts, an ERA sitting at 36.
It's crazy how the ERA works, because at the beginning of the season you can just see these crazy high ERA numbers.
Yeah, small sample size in terms of innings pitched and a few runs, and the next thing you know, it's ballooned up to something you don't want to see.
Rhodes doing a good job on the mound so far. Once again, I said that, and they threw it to the backstop. 1-2 the count now.
Yeah, a couple quick strikes and then something nowhere near the plate. Of course, because why not?
You know, you got to keep him on edge a little bit. The 1-2 from Rhodes. Another one spiked. Looks like he's got the fastball in control. Still trying to work on the off speeds a little bit up there. 2-2 the count. 2 outs. Nobody on for Slessor.
I'll tell you what, though. That slider's got a lot of movement. Yeah. Just straight nosedived off the plate there. Looked like a good pitch out of the hand and then was spiked about a foot or two in front of the plate.
Yeah, a lot of bite, as you mentioned. I think he's starting it a little too low. But that fastball in for a strike. So Slessor down looking. Leopards not able to get any runs across again. 13-1 is the score. You are watching Leopards baseball on LV TV3 Community Television.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
Boots! She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
And welcome back. Top half of the sixth score is 13-1 in favor of the Leopards. I'm Kevon Churchill here with Nate Rodriguez, bringing you game 2 of this doubleheader. Great pitching performance by Galindo so far, just giving up the 1 run. Has had a couple innings where he's struggled finding the strike zone a little bit at the beginning, but has been able to fight his way back. And what are you seeing from Galindo on the mound that's really stood out to you?
Staying within his game. You know, Ethan Galindo is known for pitching with a quick pace. Mentioned in his last outing against Occidental, he'd be perfect for Major League Baseball's pitch clock, just getting the pitch, getting the ball back from the catcher and ready to throw the next pitch. Always on top of his game plan. And attacking hitters, a quick pace, attacking hitters, throwing strikes. I mean, you keep the defense engaged. You keep hitters off on their front foot by changing speeds. And you keep yourself in the game by throwing those strikes. So Galindo just checking all the boxes so far today.
That first pitch was a strike, got fouled off along with that one. 0-2 the count. Max Clark at the plate, 0 for 1. Walked in his first at bat, grounded out to the third baseman in his second. The 0-2 from Galindo, low. Nice block behind the plate by Perry.
Clark, a 6'4" senior infielder out of Fontana, California, went to Etiwanda High School.
That one roped into left field. Right at the left fielder who was able to make the play. First out.
Yeah, that's Matt Diaz out there in left field, coming on as a defensive substitution for Luke Garcia. The Bulldogs will send a pinch hitter to the plate in the form of Patrick Perez. Perez, you were telling me, Kevon, earlier, former teammate of yours here at the University of Laverne.
Yep, he played here my freshman year, I do believe it was. It's either my freshman or sophomore year. Memory's a little foggy, but yeah. Big lefty. He's got some pop on the bat. Also pitches a little bit for the Bulldogs.
Appeared in yesterday's game on the mound.
The 0-1 from Galindo. Misses low. 1-1 the count.
Getting an at-bat with the sunglasses on, too.
Yeah, he that's his thing. He bats with the sungees on. That one's skied out of play. And the Cars are safe, except for the one that got the little second hop, but that's not nearly as bad as the straight-on contact.
I would have broke a window if it would have just landed on it.
It would have. That one misses low. 2-2 the count. I parked my car even further away because last game, you know, I got a little scared.
There was a ball that came close to hitting you, huh?
Yeah, so I moved even further into the corner. The 2-2 from Galindo. That one grounded back to him. Should be a nice, easy flip play, and he makes it look easy out there. 2 quick outs for Galindo.
Good job by the Leopards left-hander to field his position. Caught a little bit off balance with the ball, hit a little bit harder back at him than he thought, but still able to shuffle his feet and make the nice easy play to first.
That'll bring up Burgess to the plate. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to right. Nice slider. Comes back into the zone for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Burgess has got a little bit of that Malachi Francois swag going on.
Mm-hmm.
Paying out for him, huh?
He's got a bit of that Francois swing as well. Ropes that one into left center for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting, but yeah, that Francois drip, the hoodie under the jersey, but it's the thin hoodie. It's not like a thick one. It's thin, breathable.
Tight to the sleeve.
Yeah. That one fouled back. Count is 0-1. Daniels to the plate. There's a pinch hitter for Umshed. He struck out looking. A great pitch by Galindo. You could tell he wanted that one. He kind of gave the old lean over like, huh, excuse me? Because that looked like a strike, but it's not. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, not sure where that missed at all. Nice front door breaking ball. Daniels buckled his knee a little bit. Galindo thought he had strike 2.
That one misses high. 2-1 the count. 2-1, 2 outs. Runner on first, top of the 6th, 13-1 the score. Daniels at the plate. The 2-1 from Galindo. Missing. 3-1 the count. Galindo with the 3-1. That one fouled straight back. 3-2 the count.
Daniels, a transfer student from Northwest Nazarene. Grew up in Crestline, California.
Count is full. Daniel steps into the box. Fouled off again. Count stays 3-2. Get another beautiful shot. Look at those clouds in the sky.
That's majestic right there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Almost made me shed a tear. Count is 3-2. 2 outs. And another foul ball. Daniel's doing a good job of fighting off the tough pitches, looking for his. Galindo doing a great job of giving him nothing to hit. So we'll do this little dance again. 3-2 from Galindo. That one popped up straight back. Perry camps under it, and a nice play to end the inning. So Bulldogs able to get one on, but not able to score them, and the score stays 13-1 as we head into the bottom half. We got Siffert, Perry, Salcedo of the Aiden variety, and Garcia would be hitting, but it will be Diaz instead.
Yeah, good play by Perry behind the plate. I mean, we've talked before earlier this season about how tough it is for catchers to pop up out of the squat and make a play on a pop-up near the infield, and Perry doing a great job there. Getting up, finding the baseball, tossing the mask, not really caring about it. Prioritizing getting under the baseball and making the nice easy catch for out number 3.
You know what I've noticed is some catchers are like very aggressive with their mask. Like when they throw it off, it's almost like they hate their mask. Like they take it off and just like put a hole in the ground. But some catchers are a little more delicate. They'll take it off and do a little bit of the drop. That looked like it was in between. It wasn't super like disrespectful to the mask, but
no, but just tossed it far enough to get it out of his way.
Like, get out the way.
Right.
Got a new pitcher for the Bulldogs, Luke Hansen on the mound, a freshman.
From Escondido, California. San Pasqual High School, 6'1" right-hander. Weighing in at 180, trying to get through this bottom of the 6th inning, which the Leopards will bring up their later third of the batting order. If the Leopards can hang on through the top of the 7th, very likely that this game will finish due to the NCAA 10-run rule for college baseball.
Yep, Leopards put up 10 runs in that 2nd inning, which pretty much gave them control of the game the rest of the way through.
Yeah, they haven't looked back since, allowing just the 1 run in the top half of the 5th inning, but that's been it for Redlands.
And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter, Vosica, coming in for Siffert.
Vosica, the freshman out of Corona, California, came on as a defensive substitution for Siffert last game. Came on and flew out to center in his 1 at-bat. So, hoping for different luck here in game 2.
Hansen, the 0-0, just a tad bit outside, 1-0 the count.
Yeah, he was missing a lot of his warm-up pitches there, low and away to right-handed hitters and the left-handed hitters' batter box. So We'll have to see if he can pull it back, find the zone.
Vosika steps in, ahead 1-0. That pitch had some nice movement on it, just a little bit too high, 2-0 the count.
Vosika came into today hitting .250. Is now 8 for 33 on the season.
2-0 to Vosika is in for a strike, 2-1 the count.
Vosika really earning his spot, playing a lot of innings in the Leopards infield this year. Showed out during the winter.
And another pitch in the other batter's box, 3-1 the count.
Yeah, and Hansen just not very really accurate to start this 6th inning.
Yeah, it looks like he's holding on to the ball a little too long. That one misses high, so a leadoff walk for Vosika. We'll bring up Perry for the Leopards. We had a sac fly. His last plate appearance scored the run. Perry has reached base twice in this game. Walked and hit by a pitch, scored both times that he got on. Takes that one low and outside for a ball. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, he was walked and then hit by a pitch, both in the same inning.
Just taking his free bags as they're given.
Scoring both times.
1-0, high and inside, misses. 2-0 the count. Hansen looking to find the zone a little bit in this bottom half of the 6th. That one finds the zone for a strike, 2-1 the count. Got a nice little shot of Pat Perez over there at first, former Leopard.
Yeah, staying in the game after pinch hitting.
The 2-1, that one turned on, and a nice piece of hitting into the left field corner. Vosika gonna chug his way over to third. And now we got runners at the corners. Great piece of hitting by Perry to pull that one into left field, and that'll bring up Aiden Salcedo.
Yeah, Perry doing a great job at the plate today. Last at bat, hitting one to center for a sacrifice fly. Has now reached 3 times in game 2. Doing a great job there of advancing the runner, not just 90 feet, but 180, an extra 90.
Salcedo 0 for 2. Takes that one outside for a ball, 1-0. He's 0 for 2. Reached on a hit by pitch and an error. Scored both times he got on base.
The Leopards sending 3 consecutive freshmen to the plate here in the 6th.
That pitch catches the outer third of the zone, 1-1. Yeah, it's great that you mentioned that. The Leopards are not afraid to play younger players. Did that a lot last year and the year before as well. It's just whoever's performing the best.
That's how you keep guys ready, too. I mean, that pitch in for a strike. Nothing to the older guys that are still kind of waiting their opportunity on the bench for the Leopards, but these young guys ready to jump in and make a difference, and it shows how much they're willing to play, how much they can contribute to this team.
Count is 1-2 to Salcedo. Hansen with the delivery, misses that one outside, 2-2 the count. 13-1 is the score in the bottom of 6. The 2-2 pitch outside, taken by Salcedo, who held up the swing. Count is now full at 3-2. As Nate mentioned, after 7, if this is still the score, that would be the end of the game. Fouled off by Salcedo. Just got a piece of that one off the end of the bat, so we'll do it again, 3-2. Hansen gets the sign, sets, and delivers. That one skied foul by Salcedo, who's done some pretty good two-strike hitting today. Saw in game 1 of the doubleheader, he had 3-2 count, fouled off a lot of pitches, and was able to get the sac fly that scored Slesser to bring home the only run of the game for the Leopards. He turns on that one, puts a bit of a charge into it. That one's going, and almost out. Bounces right in front of the wall. That should bring home 2 runs, and it does. So a nice piece of two-strike hitting for Salcedo. RBI double.
Yeah, Luke Hansen really tried to challenge Aiden Salcedo there with the fastball up and in on the hands, and the freshman infielder able to just pull those hands through and give that ball a ride to deep left center. Bounced out in front of the Leopard out there in front of the left field wall, cashing in Vosika and Perry both for the Leopards now, an even 15 runs.
That'll bring Diaz to the plate, who started game 1 of the doubleheader in center field. Got a meeting on the mound. So Leopards extend the lead to 15-1. Nobody out, runner on second for Diaz. We're in the bottom of the 6th.
Quite the opposite of how game 1 went.
Yeah.
The Leopards scoring only 1 run in the first leg of this doubleheader, and the 1 run coming in the 9th inning today, or I should say in game 2. It took just into the 2nd inning for the Leopards to really jump on these Bulldogs, and they haven't looked back since.
Diaz went 1 for 2 in game 1 of the doubleheader. Had a double. Walked as well with a strikeout. That pitch high and outside. The count 1-0. Diaz came on as a defensive replacement for Luke Garcia out there in left last inning. The 1-0. That one skied high and foul. Count even at 1.
Diaz from Rancho Cucamonga, graduated from Los Osos High School, one of a few members of this Leopards team from Los Osos High.
Count is 1-1. Hansen, the delivery. Slider misses outside and high. 2-1 the count.
Catcher Daniel Moreno from Osos, outfielder Kyle Fortenberry, freshman pitcher Cole Monson, a former Grizzly, and Diaz.
Grizzlies. That one outside, count now 3-1.
And for Hansen and the Bulldogs, just hoping for strikes over the zone. They'll welcome contact gladly as long as Redlands can avoid another free pass.
3-1 the count. The delivery to Diaz. Turns on that one, fouls it off. 3-2 the count. What was your high school's mascot?
Claremont High School. We're the Wolf Pack, so
the Wolf Pack.
It's kind of weird. I don't consider myself, I guess, a wolf. I was just a member of the Wolf Pack. You know, it's kind of one of those weird mascots.
Yeah, kind of like the
represented as like a group and not just one single animal or subject.
That one fouled off. Yeah, I was the Yellow Jackets.
Okay.
Yeah. We used Georgia Tech's
That's kind of
logo.
Cool. That's kind of cool. The GT.
Yes, it was pretty cool. Franklin High School Yellow Jackets out there in Stockton, California.
Long way from Stockton here.
Indeed, about a 5.5-hour drive as Diaz fouls that one straight back. So we'll do this dance again. 3-2 the count still.
Sure, that little bit of sun peeking out onto the field feels good for these guys. Chilly day here in Laverne.
Yep, chilly. I think the high today was 56. Yep.
It's higher than it's been the rest of the week, though.
Yeah, it was pretty chilly. Pretty chilly indeed.
You would have thought we were up in Stockton all week.
That one turned on, fouled off. Yeah, Stockton was getting flooded about a month or so ago in January. It was getting flooded, all that rain.
Yeah, Northern California's really had it so far this year.
But it's good, because we need the rain. Maybe a little too much.
They were saying Mount Baldy this last weekend was supposed to be the snowiest place, I think they said, on Earth. But maybe I got that wrong. Might have to fact check that one. Yeah, just for the weekend.
That one. Oh, nice play. Nice play. Stayed with it that time. You saw it in game one of the doubleheader. Kind of let one that was close to the net hit off it, but stays on that one. A nice play. So that'll put Diaz away for the first out. And that'll bring up Miggy Espana, my housemate.
Miguel Espana getting a crack at it here with one out in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Wearing the number 4, Miggy from Los Baños, California.
Los Baños, that is an hour away from where I live. When I drive over here, I pass by his house and I say, hey, that's where Miggy would be.
Miggy close with Coach Mason Stoltenberg. What's the area code up there? What do they say?
209.
209? That's right.
209, baby.
Members of the 209.
Espana takes that one for a strike. He's hitting for Anthony Salcedo. We'll most likely see Miggy move over to second and Vosica move to short if Espana stays on. Takes that slider in for a strike. Down quick, 0-2.
Nice little adjustment made by Hansen, attacking these hitters now. Trying to get through this 6th inning.
Hansen gets the sign, gets set. Delivers to Espana, who swings and misses. A strikeout for Espana, and that'll bring up Benny Vogel.
Yeah, tough spot for Espana. I mean, coming off the bench, you haven't got much playing time in recent weeks, trying to do something after your team's already blown the opponent out of the water for the day. Espana going down on 3 pitches.
Yeah, tough pitch sequence there. Spotted up the fastball, then the slider, and then spotted up the fastball again. Vogel takes that one high and outside for a ball. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, Vogel's just been right in the middle of everything today, too, in this second game, reaching base 3 of the 4 times he's come to the plate, and that 1 out, a line out to center field.
Missing again is Hansen on the outside. 2-0 the count.
Came in at the tail end of game 1 and picked up 3 outs and a non-save opportunity, so his fair share of contributions all day so far today.
Yeah, Vogel, really a dual threat player on the mound. In the box, on the diamond, really. He's just an all-around player. Takes that one for a strike, 2-1 the count.
Who needs Shohei when you've got Benny Vogel?
Indeed, indeed. The 2-1 to Vogel. Outside, 3-1 the count. Nice little slide to get to that one.
Slide to the left.
Slide. You know what song I like is Slide by Kodak Black. That's a good song.
You can't give us a little excerpt of that, huh?
Vogel takes ball 4.
Producers don't want us to sing here anyways, I guess.
They don't, but you know what?
I think you owe them a little bit of one anyways.
I think so. I want an opportunity to come up to sing. But not right now.
Everybody, move your feet and move your body.
That'll bring Noah Garcia to the plate. He's looking to make some music at the box. Count is 1-0.
Hard not to sing when Garcia comes to the plate. He's got a catchy walk-up.
He does. He does. I like all these guys' walk-up songs. Count is 1-1 to Garcia. Took that one on the outside corner for a strike. He's got runners at first and second with 2 outs. Leopards up 15-1. The 1-1. Just a bit high and outside. 2-1 the count.
Strike zone not quite opening up that far just yet. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter waiting on deck 2 in place of Logan Reese.
Yes, indeed. That looks like, is that Gregory Pavon? Is that one outside?
That is Gregory in the on-deck circle. Pavone out of Pasadena, California. Hoping to get an at-bat here with 2 outs.
Count is 3-1 to Garcia. What a great piece of hitting by Garcia. It's just really been working at the plate. As you mentioned, came into this game the SCIAC leader in batting average and showing you exactly why. Had a double in his 3rd at-bat of this game and adds a single to the board as well. Yeah.
Yep, now 2 for 4 on the day, a double, a single. Had struck out looking in that last plate appearance, but brought that back with him up to the plate here and avenging himself a little bit with an RBI knock, puts the Leopards up 15. 16-1.
That'll bring up Greg Pavon.
Shout out to the LVTV production crew, really just providing us with some great camera shots today.
Indeed, indeed. I really liked that shot where we got to see all the clouds. That was beautiful.
It's been a beautiful day here at Ben Hines for some baseball.
It has, it has.
Tough loss in Game 1, but Game 2's been nothing but Leopards, and you couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, this is how you like to finish off the series, you know, putting a lot of runs on the board.
That's what you like to see right there.
Yep, score is 16-1. As Nate mentioned, up by 15. Leopards got 10 hits on the day. No errors. Bulldogs have got 1 run across on 4 hits, and they've got an error accredited to them. Vogel taking the lead off a second as Pavon awaits his first pitch of the day. Takes that one inside for a strike. 0-1 the count. Pavon in the box. The 0-1 leaves that one low and outside. Pavon likes to rock the tighter pants, likes to show off the legs. You know he works out a lot. See him at LA Fitness sometimes.
Seen a lot of baseball guys wear tight baseball pants.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I did that as well. You got to show off the legs. I mean, he takes that one off the back.
Pitcher doesn't like the pants.
No, yeah, I think he was a little jealous of the pants. He was like, wow, that guy must go to LA Fitness and work out legs.
And Aaron Hawley doesn't like what he sees out of Luke Hansen, and that should mark the end of Hansen's efforts out on the hill for Redlands.
And you heard Luke Garcia supporting from the dugout. I know that voice from anywhere. He's a big Greg fan. Him and Greg, they're like that, so it's nice to hear the brotherhood. And as you mentioned, we got a new pitcher. Is that a 14? Does that look like a 14? I think that's 14. I think that says 14.
Yeah, looks like it'll be Will Sell's first pitching appearance of the season. Sell, we saw play left field in Game 1. Now he's out, the sophomore from Seattle, Washington, to try and close out this 6th inning.
Yep. Bottom of the 6th, 16-1 is the score. The Leopards up.
And it looks like another pinch hitter is going to come to the plate. Looks like it'll be number 51, Jaron Ching.
Yep. It's going to be batting for Slesser. But yeah, so I was at LA Fitness because I have a membership there. I was playing basketball, and Greg sees me. He's like, "What's up, Kev?" I'm like, "What's up, Greg?" He's like, "You playing basketball?" And I kind of looked at him. because I was in the basketball court. I was like
shooting the basketball around.
I was like, yeah. He's like, you hitting shots? I was like, yeah, a little bit. You know, I'm putting some work in. and then after, you know, next time I see him, he tells me he's like, I saw you making some threes. I was like, well, thank you. You know,
got to put the work in.
You do. I'm grinding. I'm about to go play overseas or something. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Take the talent as far as it'll take it, Kevon. Good turnout here at Ben Hines Field. Crowd is dissipated just a little bit as the Leopards got out to a huge 10-run lead in just the second inning of this game, and now they lead by 15 here in the sixth.
Ching to the plate. Rocking that old Aaron Fong number, area 51. Remember when it was that crazy time where they were saying they were going to storm
raid area 51? I do remember that.
Yeah, I think some people ended up going, but it wasn't as big of a thing as
people were making it out to be.
First pitch from Sell is a strike. Count is 0-1. The 0-1 catches the outside part of the plate. Quickly 0-2.
Tough to beat Jaron Ching coming in pinch hitting up 15. The umpire's strike zone is extremely wide open.
That one will not be called a strike, however. Just a tad bit low. 1-2 the count.
And now the Leopards are at the point where no need to go ahead and take an extra base. Up 15, 3 outs away from the 10-run rule.
So the count is 1-2. Steps off. Vicente and I actually have a podcast coming out, Vicente Molina, that is. It's first episode going to come out in a couple weeks called Wire to Wire, looking at the inside of an athlete's head. So it should be pretty fun. We're excited to start up on it. So, you know, if anyone wants to check that out, if you like listening to me talk enough, which I know probably a little annoying, but that one fouled off. Go ahead and check it out.
Oh, that was close to some cars. Inside an athlete's head called Wire to Wire?
Yeah, Wire to Wire.
Okay.
Yeah, that one was a bit close to the cars.
Inside an athlete's head during a game, during practice, from day-to-day life? Ooh.
All the above. That one floated into left field, able to get under it, and that'll put the inning away. So the score is 16-1 in favor of the Leopards. You're watching Leopards baseball on LVTV3 Community Television.
It's less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up one finger if you're a man. Women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60. 2 over 50. 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now. So 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
And welcome back to Leopards Baseball. 16-1 is the score, heading in the top of the 7. And look at who we got on the mound. Garrett Hal Bison rocking the 13, just like old Hardin.
That was my collegiate number 2 at Chaffey College, so I got ties to the number 13.
13 is a nice number. I always liked that number. I was a big number 3 guy, though.
Okay.
Growing up, liked watching, Chris Paul. That was my favorite point guard for a while until Curry, burst onto the scene. But
right. A lot of respect for Chris Paul still, though.
Indeed. CP 0 rings, though. He's got no rings.
Should have been dealt to the Lakers years ago.
Yeah.
NBA prevented that from happening.
Hey, so this is Hal Bison's first appearance on the mound. Sporting the stash. Look at that.
Got the card to check the pitches out in his back pocket. Hal Bison coming into the game. I couldn't believe he was taking the hill. I had to ask you if you'd ever seen him throw before. You said you'd seen it in practice.
Yeah. First pitch, not too shabby. Just misses a bit on the outside corner. A bit of a plus. Saito to the plate. Walked his last at-bat. Doubled his first. Grounded out into a double. His first at-bat. Turns on that one. Nice play. Ooh, Diaz played a little hot potato with the ball before he corralled it in.
That was a close one.
Yeah, those two are roommates, I believe. Hal Bison
and Diaz.
And Diaz, yep. When I first met them, I thought they kind of looked similar. I'm not gonna lie. They both had, the curly, dirty blonde hair. So
it's the Rancho look. Hal Bison went to Alta Loma. Diaz to Los Osos.
So Hal Bison records his first out as a pitcher. Congratulations, and drops that one in for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Almost a loud start to the inning.
Yeah, off the bat I was like, oof. The 0-1. Great spot. Look at him work up there. 0-2 the count.
Painting the corners, doing what you got to do. Defensive changes for the Leopards. Manny Munoz in behind the plate. Vosica did, in fact, move over to short. España at second. Perry is out in right field now. He stays in the game still. Diaz remains in left. Vogel out in center. And the corner infielders for the Leopards, Aiden Salcedo at third and Noah Garcia still at first.
That one grounded hard down the line, and that will most likely be a double. Although it's going to be a close play at the bag. España puts the tag down, and what a play from Diaz over there and left. Throws it all the way over, and España puts the tag on him for out number 2.
Yeah, Seja got a little greedy, wanted the extra base. Diaz, a smart move to go with the bare hand out in the left field corner. Normally you see an outfielder pick it up with the glove and throw it in. Diaz knew Seja likely thinking 2 out of the box, picked it up with the bare hand, fired a one-hop strike into España at second base, and that'll go down a 7-4 single with the out at second.
That one turned on, skied shallow to right, put away, and 3 outs, and that is the ball game. So Hal Bison comes in relief and gets 3 up, 3 down to end the game. Leopards win this one 16-1. Really big second inning, 10 runs on the board in that one, and they never looked back after. So take the series 2-1. What's something that you saw in this second game with the doubleheader that really changed from game 1?
Yeah, I mean, we really talked about it pre-game. The pitchers trying to keep Laverne in the ball game. Galindo came out through strikes, 6 innings of work on just over 70 pitches. Had about a half dozen strikeouts. And the Leopards, offensively came out ready to swing the bat. They worked some deep counts here and there between pitchers, but the Redlands Bulldogs on the mound really couldn't throw many strikes in the second leg of this doubleheader. Good patience still exemplified by these Leopards and hitting in hitters' counts, doing damage with runners on base and cashing in. So the Leopards really just playing great baseball on both sides of the ball in this second game, and a well-deserved 8th win of the season.
Yeah, I could not have put it any better myself. Leopards are going to be playing some East Coast teams coming up, playing Rochester from New York in a 3-game series, and then they got Endicott and Webster and Endicott again. So a couple of East Coast games.
All of those going to be here at home too, right? Friday?
Yes, I think so, yeah. They're all at home. Yeah, so great performance by the Leopards all the way around.
They improved to 8-5 on the season, 5-1 in the SCIAC Conference. Redlands losing the series falls to 7-5, 2-3 in conference play.
Well, thank you for joining us in today's action. Leopards split both games, win the series 2-1. This game they win 16-1. Thank you for listening. Kevon Churchill, Nate Rodriguez, and you were watching on LVTV3 Community Television. Thank you very much and have a great rest of your day.